This is the Red Kingdom, home of the North Oconee Titans. It's intimidating, it's intoxicating, it's North Oconee football. But the visiting team, the region foe, Cedar Shoals, comes to town. They just travel 15 miles from their home campus to take on these undefeated North Oconee Titans. I'm your host tonight, Hammy Culpepper, alongside my partners in crime, Brooke Evans and Camille Stroud. Now we've got a great show for you tonight lined up, but guys, it's the best day of the week, the best season of the year, and the best city for high school football. It's Friday night in Athens.
Welcome in, y'all. We are so excited to cover this game for you as Cedar Shoals heads out to North Oconee. Bear with us, it's a little windy, a little rainy, but we got full coverage for y'all tonight.
We got music playing and it's exciting. We got the Titan Walk right behind us, and we're just excited to bring you guys some Friday Night Lights. Anything can happen, and we're excited to get it kicked off here.
Yeah, guys, so let's go ahead and hop right into these high stakes. It's a region matchup, Region 8B of Quad A. Now, North Oconee, like I said, is trying to get over that hump. They've been to the state semifinals 2 years in a row, but they want that state title. They are looking to knock off Cedar Shoals, and it starts here tonight in the second half of their season.
100%. So North Oconee is going off of a undefeated 10-0 season from last season, and they're on the tracks to doing the same thing again just this year. Coach A even said that looking beyond this game, that they're looking to seed in the top 2 spots in order to get that home field advantage come week 1 of playoffs. So it would be no surprise to see them there once again deep in the playoffs come this season. Let's talk some key players. We got senior dynamic duo, quarterback Max Wilson and running back Tate Titshaw. Camille, you were able to speak with Tate Titshaw a few weeks ago. Great leader, great player.
I got to hang out with Tate Titshaw not too long ago, and one thing that stood out to me was just his values of leadership. You know, you could just tell on and off the field, this guy is a leader. And he told me the one thing that stood out to him about Navy and choosing to play at Navy was that the brotherhood and the community he felt at Navy. So I think that it really says something about him as a player on and off the field.
Yeah, and Cedar Shoals, they've had a struggling year, a little bit different than North Oconee, but those Jaguars, they're hungry, they're gritty, and Coach Riles has them ready for tonight.
Yeah, for sure. So Cedar Shoals comes into this game 2-4, 2-2 in their region. In their 4 losses, they've allowed 35 points per game, which in comparison to the Titans offense, doesn't look too good for them. So their defense is really gonna have to pull it together to get a win here tonight. Camille, what more on Cedar Shoals?
Brooke, you're exactly right. The defense is going to have to keep it together. When I was talking to Coach Arndt this week, he told me that number 19 is who they have their eyes on, and that is Devin Hester. He said that when that kid has the ball, everyone holds their breath. So I think that that's something big to say about them, and you know, the Titans have really locked in this week on how to limit Hester's ball time.
Yeah, for sure. I know North Oconee is firing on all cylinders, and Cedar Shoals is a bit struggling. But before we get to our picks around the 8, we go to our sideline reporter, Rafa Cruz, who has more on North Oconee.
Thanks, Hammy. If you ever attend a Titans game on Friday night, you'll see a lot of things that say Gus on it. It's on this inflatable helmet here in front of the field house. It's on a lot of the merchandise. And so I asked Max Wilson what it meant earlier this week. And you would think that it means a legendary person named Gus that went to North Oconee or that taught here, but it actually means get you some. The Coach Arndt brought it over from Valdosta State from when he played and later coached wide receivers there. And he said that Gus is a mantra that's fully integrated into this program. Like I said, it's on the merchandise, it's on the field house, it's in the locker room, and it's on the banner before the game when the players break out and take the field to remind them to go get you some. Back to you, Hammy.
Thank you so much, Rafa. Like you said, this North Oconee community is really buying into that Gus mentality. Get you some. From the boosters to the fans to the players to the coaches, they all live and breathe this Titan football.
Exactly. We were here 2 weeks ago to watch North Oconee take on Chesadee, where they hung 56-0 on them. And regardless of that, every fan stayed on their feet, stayed in tune in the game, and it really just shows they live, breathe, and die this Titan football.
I gotta say, these fans are so bought in because of leaders like Max Wilson and Tate Titshaw for setting an example for younger players. It's so cool to see how these older players get involved with these younger players. Brooke has more on that.
For sure. Earlier this week, we actually got to speak with Coach A, and he told us about this Titans Love Titans programs where these 7-year-olds that are dreaming of playing at North Oconee come in and they just view these guys as their role models and superheroes. And it really just holds these players accountable on and off the field, and it's a great community to be a part of.
Yeah, one of those superheroes on this team is senior kicker J.J. Poole, the Special Teams Region Player of the Year last year, who's one of those Titans that's born and bred, and when he dies, he will be Titan dead. He's one of those guys that Anna Ruth actually got to sit down with in a thing we call the 2-minute drill. Here you go.
Welcome back to Friday Nights in Athens. I'm here with North Oconee starting kicker J.J. Poole. J.J. had 9 points last week in their game against North Hall, and so we're going to walk and talk. So, J.J., what is your favorite part about being a kicker?
I think having a direct contribution, to the score and just to my teammates, hard work, just having a direct point contribution.
Yeah, so going into this Friday, what are your thoughts headed into this region matchup against Cedar Shoals?
We're definitely confident this week. We prepared just like any other week. A great practice plan from the coaches, especially from a special team standpoint. A lot of good reps during practice.
And just like with the season so far, you guys are undefeated. What are you guys' goals going into region play for the rest of the season?
As far as region play, we take it one game at a time. We treat every game, like it's the most important one because it's the only one we got that week.
Yeah, and so you have some interest, some college interest. What has made you motivated to want to play college football?
Just to continue the sport I love. Just the brotherhood and camaraderie. It's not like any other sport, and if I have opportunity to continue doing it for 4 more years, I'm definitely going to try to achieve that.
And you guys are always motivating each other on Twitter. So what does that say about the culture of North Oconee?
We're really close. Most of us have been playing with each other since 4th and 5th grade, so a lot of chemistry. Just we're all rooting for each other. There's no like animosity or anything. We're all just on the same team, just building each other up.
All right, so I saw that you had a 48-yard field goal this past week. So we're gonna see what you're made of. Can you give us a kick?
Yeah.
Thank you so much, Anna Ruth. We have head coach Tyler Arndt with us. Coach, our sideline reporter just talked with J.J. Poole, one of the senior leaders. Now, I know leadership has been a big part of this team's success. What can you say about those senior leaders, the leadership roles they've taken on this season?
Yeah, there's 26 of them, so it's the biggest group we've ever had. And I've been super proud with the way they've led to this point. We got a long way to go, but they're doing everything right. And they're such a high character group. And they've been raised the right way, so it's been really easy for us to put them in different positions to lead, and then they've just flourished when they've had those opportunities.
Yes, sir. So one of those seniors, Tate Titshaw, we saw him walking around here not dressed out. Who's filling in for his role?
So we have a sophomore named A.J. Fick that's going to carry the load tonight at running back, and then there's some younger guys along with him, Maddox Bryce and Justin Curtis, that you'll see out there a little bit too. And don't be surprised if you don't see Max Wilson moved around quite a bit tonight as well.
I'm sure. So in the Chesadee game, we saw Harrison Faulkner a lot. Now that game got out of hand pretty quickly, but as you move into the second half of the season, looking forward to the playoffs, can we still see y'all running that dual quarterback set?
Absolutely. We're going to do whatever gives us the best chance to win, and we feel like we've got a lot of guys that fit the best 11, and that gives us another opportunity to do something different, to make teams prepare. So we're going to continue to do that, and we'll do whatever we got to do to help our team win.
Yes, sir. That's awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. Good luck tonight. When we come back, Trey Gray and I will diagnose all the around the 8 matchups. We'll see you in a minute. Welcome back to our pregame show, Friday Night Lights in Athens. I got my good friend Trey Gray joining the show. Thank you so much for being here, Trey. We got a huge slate of games around the 8 tonight. First up, Athens Christian hosts Oglethorpe County. What can we expect there?
Look, if Athens Christian wants his first win of the season, it's going to have to happen tonight. We have 2 bad teams here who just have not gotten momentum going in the region thus far. For Oglethorpe County, it's the run game. It's going to be all about the run game. They have the dynamic duo of Jake Turner and Elijah Hood, and if you sprinkle in a little bit of that dynamic receiver of Darius Hurd, you got a great combo there. Now for Athens Christian, it's going to be about the 2-man passing game. Stay with me now. We got Leighton Bryson, the quarterback, and Bryson Campbell, the receiver. And that passing dynamic, that Bryson passing dynamic is going to be what they need to do in order to get a win tonight. If they can do that, the Gold Eagles can get their first win on the season.
So the other Athens private school, Athens Academy, travels to 5-0 Providence Christian. Now the Storm is surging back. They have had a great season thus far. Undefeated, what can we expect? Can the Spartans pull it out against Providence?
Now, while records might indicate that this is leaning a bit more towards Providence Christian, that's not the case. See, Providence Christian, they played a bunch of sub 500 teams, and Athens Academy is not your typical 3-2 team. What do they say about any given Friday? It really hasn't been the case so far throughout their series, because Providence Christian has not been able to get a win over Athens Academy throughout any of the games that they played. Any given Saturday, any given Friday, not so much. Now, for Athens Academy, it's about their run game. They have Jeremiah Wingfield, they have Jamari Welch, and if they can get that dynamic duo going, they don't need to do much else. You expect to get a big ground game going tonight, and that should be what we expect to see from that team tonight.
I hear you. So Prince Avenue Christian, the last private school we cover, they have a bye this week and next week, so we won't see them back in action until October 20th. And then Clark Central last night played Loganville, a huge region matchup in 5A. Clark Central actually dropped the game 51-50. That is their 5th game this season, decided by 7 points or less. But finally, Oconee County, right down the road, they travel outside of the greater Athens area to take on Hart County, another region matchup. Can we expect Oconee to win there?
Now, Warriors head coach Ben Hall, earlier in the year, we talked to him. He told us it's not all about the non-region games, it's about the region games. They got off to a slow start, but now they're 1-0 in the region play. In order to get to the state playoffs, what do you need to do? You have to win in region. So now, for Oconee County, it's going to be about getting the passing game going with Titus Watkins. As such, expect this for them to do that as they look for their 4th straight win over Hart County. Hart County is the same. They're going to try to get that passing game going with Trey Martin and Deshaun Gaines. So we might be in for a little bit of a gunslinging affair in Hartwell this evening.
There you go, there you go. So when we come back, we will have Brooke and Camille join us. Trey, Brooke, Camille, and I, we're going to pick all the games around the 8, including this one, right here at North Oconee. We'll see you in a minute. Welcome back to Friday Night Lights in Athens. Camille Stroud, Brooke Evans, Trey Gray, myself, Hammy Culpepper. We're going to pick around the 8 and this game right behind us, North Oconee versus Cedar Shoals. Everybody's going to get the mic. Everybody's going to get to give their spiel on who they think is going to win tonight. First up, can Athens Christian get their first win of the season against Oglethorpe tonight?
I got to give it to Oglethorpe tonight. You know, Athens Christian, they're 0-5. Oglethorpe is 2-4, so I got Oglethorpe.
I will say, you look at these two teams, this matchup, you take a look at the Athens Christian Eagles, they are a young team. They're coming off a few injuries from their senior leaders, only a few of their senior leaders really. And they got a freshman quarterback who's still looking to get his footing. So give me the Oglethorpe Patriots.
So for Oglethorpe County, we've seen them get into a groove as the season is going. Their defense is showing up every single Friday. You got to give me Oglethorpe County in the shutout.
Now, guys, I'm going to go against the grain. We can't have all the same teams across the board. Give me Athens Christian in the upset. Next up, Athens Academy traveling to Providence. Providence 5-0, Athens Academy 3-2. Can the struggling Spartans get one against the undefeated Storm?
You know what? I'm going to give it to them. I'm gonna say the underdog's going to take it this week. Give me ACAD.
ACAD, all right. I'm going Providence Christian. They're 5-0. It speaks for itself. I think they're going to finally break that chain, and they got a home field advantage. So here we go.
The definition of insanity is seeing the same thing over and over again, thinking it's going to be a different result. I got to go with Athens Academy. They do it every year. Give me Athens Academy.
I hear you, but I think Providence, what John Russ has done with that program is unbelievable. When I played Providence in high school, they were terrible. Completely 180 turnaround in that program. Next up, though, Oconee, right down the road, they travel to Hart County for a huge region matchup in 3A. Now, who wins this game?
I'm going to give this one to Hart County, you know, home field advantage, and I think they're going to come off hot this week.
I'm going Oconee County. They got senior players, Mac Ricks and Titus Watkins as their quarterback. I mean, we haven't seen the best season from them, but they still have a solid lineup. So give me the Warriors.
Oconee County hasn't given me a reason to believe in them this season, honestly, so I got to go with Hart County.
I'm with you, Trey. Oconee County has really struggled this season. This is the worst season we've seen them have since 2017 when they went 5-6. So I think Hart County actually comes out with it. But anyways, here we are, Tonight, North Oconee versus Cedar Shoals on the turf of the mighty Titans, where the gridiron is unbelievable. These players, these fans give it all to North Oconee. So, here at the Red Kingdom, who takes the dub?
I got to give it to North Oconee tonight. You know, they're coming off a hot win, 52-7 last week over North Hall. Home field advantage. The students are already loud. They're on a fall break this weekend, but that didn't stop them from moving their vacation plans till tomorrow because we got a full packed crowd out here tonight.
Let's take the history of these two teams. Obviously, the Titans have a 3-winning streak record against the Jags tonight. And if you look at last season, the Jags, this was the worst loss of their entire season. It was 55-12, if I'm correct. Yes, 55-12. Not to mention Cedar only rushing for 78 yards and passing for just a mere 84 yards that whole game. So I say, give me the Titans, baby.
And with that said, North Oconee is the second top-ranked team in their classification. They're going against a team that hasn't gotten any traction on the schedule so far. I think they're going to Titan walk all over the Jags tonight.
There you go. There you heard it. I think, personally, this Cedar Shoals team comes in struggling, but the Titans, remember the Titans. Coach Bill Yost in that movie said, leave no doubt. The Titans leave no doubt tonight and take it to Cedar Shoals. Thank you so much for joining us. We're going to kick it up to Patrick Cassett and Owen Warden, who will be on the play-by-play and color announcers on the NFHS network. We'll see you back here at halftime on Friday Night Lights in Athens.